You got quite a few this time. So Lisa wants to know when will Trump and his posse be done trying to stir up the pot with lies, propaganda, falsehood, and frivolous lawsuits in a vain attempt to halt or delay the transition of power to Biden? And how much damage will he achieve in the process?
Okay, so from our perspective, that's a two-part question, because he will never stop with his his followers, and we really do see this as a cult. He is what is considered a cult of personality rather than a cult of religion or a cult of something else. He is a cult of personality. They follow him because of who he is, and they will never stop. However, once the transition takes place, some of that will fade. Okay, he will fade, they will fade. Some people will just really be to the point where they are like, yeah, I'm ready to move on. It will take a few months for that to happen for some of them. And oh, by the way, some of them will never do it. They thrive on this. They love it, and they're willing to die or go to prison for him. And that may be their destiny in this lifetime. And so, hey, whatever floats your boat, it's fine. That is their pathway, and everybody's all okay with that. So, as it impacts us from a perspective of the United States, and then the global perspective, because we actually opened up the Earth's records today as well, that is going to really start moving pretty quickly from the Earth perspective, a global perspective, to be much more united. We already see some of that happening now if you follow the headlines, which I personally am working to not do so much anymore. But that's already happening. A lot of countries are like, we're so glad you're back, and ready to move on. And there's lots of things to move on to and do and handle, least of which is still having a pandemic where the most people have died, grows every day. We hit new levels and milestones for death, and it is heartbreaking to you. We see it as their path, and so we're very pragmatic about death. Death is just another it's just another avenue. There's the physical and the non-physical, and we personally have no feelings about it, but of course it's hugely challenging and difficult for humans, which is why you chose to become human, so you could experience some of this. So he will continue his work. We'll call it his work, him being Mr. Trump. And some of that will fall off, though. People just will tolerate it for only so long. And as the momentum dies from him not having his pulpit anymore in the format that he has had it in the past, as that dies down, then people's attention is really focused on what's most important for them. And what's most important for them is working and being healthy and getting through the pandemic and working through all of this. So we have much work to do still. The majority of the population of the US will not see this vaccine until probably midsummer to early fall, and maybe and beyond. I mean, it just is what it is. And so be patient. There is no reason not to do the vaccine. This is not the kind of vaccine that will infect you with the virus. So there's no reason not to do it. And we digress a little bit here. So let's see if there's anything more about Mr. Trump and his posse. The less you focus on him and the more on what you want and what you want to manifest, of course, the less energy he will have and the more he will fade away. He's going to be facing some legal challenges of his own. So we say don't worry about it. Don't worry about any of it. All right. Did we answer that?
I think we did, but if we didn't, you have another chance because this seems to be a little bit of a theme with some of the people